But at the end of the day, she's looking for a husbank, and for the life of me, I can't understand why. I can't understand why guys, continue to fall for it. I think it's just scarcity or loneliness, right? And then there's always that exception. There's always that one girl that's like, I put up with my man for 15 years and he's a bum and he never wanted to do this and never wanted to do that. And I'm not like those other girls. I'm not materialistic. Like, yeah, you are. It's obvious. Because if you weren't materialistic, you wouldn't be complaining about how your guy was a bum for 15 years. I hear this all the time. I'm on social media a lot and I share a lot of red pill memes, red pill content, red pill ideas, and I'm always getting blowback. I'm always getting opposition for what I say. So I know what the hell these women are thinking. By and large, en masse, right? Not only is it my own experience with dating, but I put shit out there on social media and people respond. But based on how they respond is how I gather my information about people. How I gather my information about young women. And invariably, whenever I talk about this, whenever I talk about women's nature, which wants security and uses a man for his resources, whenever I talk about that, there's always a girl, always a girl who jumps out of the woodwork to say, not me. And it's hilarious how stupid they are because it's always the same story. And this is the story. I dated my guy and he was homeless or he was living in his car and this, that, and da. But as you let them talk, eventually it'll come out and she'll start saying, he was a bum and he never had any ambition. He didn't want to do anything. And I still stuck with him. And I'm just like, do you not realize you're exposing yourself? In the same breath that you're saying, you stuck with him, you're also complaining that he had no ambition and you called him a bum. And you're also saying he didn't do anything, so you took note of it. If you didn't care whether or not he made money, whether or not he did anything, whether or not he had a career, whether or not he was working, whether or not he had success as far as resources are concerned, then you wouldn't even have brought it up. Say, well, you brought it up by talking about materialism. But listen to the way that they talk about it. They'll say he was a bum. They'll say he didn't do anything and I did this for him so that he would get out there and do something. And as you listen to them talking about it, it's obvious that they had a problem with it. I've never met a woman who didn't size a man up based on his career. I've never met a woman where that wasn't a large factor in the whole deal. No one knows better how much a man makes than a woman, than the woman who's dating him. No one knows better because this is how female brain operates. She's sizing him up. This is why you'll see gorgeous women with subpar dudes, because they got money. Women want security. Now, there's all, again, I'm always sort of flabbergasted at these guys who are like, I don't care, that's fine by me. Like, really? What about love, though? It's like, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you just want that exchange. But don't call it love, right? Don't call it love. That's not love, man. That's not, if you lose your job, you lose your resources, she'll leave. What is that? I'm sorry, but that's hypergamy. I'm sorry, but that's materialism. I'm sorry, but that's fundamentally unloyalty. If she'll leave you if you don't got a job and a nice house or whatever, she's unloyal. And her friends and her family will be the first ones to tell her, what are you doing dating this bummy guy? What does he do for work? What does he do? And she'll have to tell him, well, he's not doing anything right now, or he works at a gas station or blah, blah. And they'll be like, oh, you can do better. You're so pretty. This is what it is, man. That's what it is. And she'll be like, I know, but I love him. And then eventually, 10 years down the line, she'll get fed up and she'll leave. Or she'll just break it off. He's a bum. I thought he was going to change. You think Disney didn't know what the fuck they were talking about when they made Beauty and the Beast? You think they didn't know female nature? Disney is marketed to young girls. It's marketed to young girls, not, mostly not young boys. It's marketed to young girls. They know female nature. Walt Disney knew female nature when he made Beauty and the Beast. What, the frog prince, right? The frog that turned into a prince when he was kissed by the woman. They know female nature, right? They want that bummy guy to turn that bummy guy into a winner. That's what it is. They want Prince Charming, right? But he's a frog first, so they got to kiss him, which is just subliminal messaging, subliminal programming, so that women will say, oh, if I sleep with the guy, I give him sex, then he'll transform into a prince, and someday he'll make a lot of money and we'll live in a palace, right? Women are more materialistic than men. I'm not saying men aren't materialistic. Men are materialistic. Humans are materialistic, right? It's part of our nature, but women are far more than men, far more. And it's a requirement for women that the man have material resources, whereas the woman, she doesn't have to. All she has to bring to the table is herself. All she has to bring to the table is her sex and her intimacy and her quote unquote love, right? Which again, if that's not going to be there when there's no money, is it really love at all? No, it's not love at all, right? So, I'm baffled at these guys who's, oh, that's fine by me. Well, don't call it love then, Don't call it love. And when he doesn't turn into a prince, then she's just disenfranchised. Oh, my frog didn't turn into a prince. Well, the problem isn't him. The problem isn't whether or not he's a frog or a prince. The problem is you don't know what love is. The problem is you're a child. The problem is you you put a price tag on something that shouldn't have a price tag on it. What do you think marriage vows said, for richer, for poorer, for sickness and in health? What do you think it said that for? Because love is supposed to be based on something way deeper than just materialism. But I don't know. It's weird because at the same time, that is female nature. At the same time, that's how women are made up in their psyche. So I don't know, man. You have to. Anyway, she's looking for a husbank, man. She's looking for a husbank, and it baffles me that men continue to fall into that trap. And I think it's just programming. I think they're taught that, from a young age. Well, you don't make money, you ain't a real man. You don't provide, you ain't a real man. Real men are supposed to provide. And I just think, what a shallow life. What a shallow life. My whole life, I just work so that I can have a woman. Like, dude, no thanks. I think I'll step out of that matrix. I think I'll opt out. That's not a sacrifice. That and they tell you things like that too. Oh, it's a manly sacrifice. A real man. That's what a real man does. Like, how the fuck would you know what a real man does? You're not even a real woman. You're not loyal. Right? A real man provides for his family. A real man will be a stepdad and step up when the other guy didn't step up. Like they say all this shit, all this propaganda and all this brainwashing shit to cover up their past mistakes, right? Your kid's a mistake. You didn't plan for him. Now you're gonna say all this nice puffy shit to make some poor sucker who's in scarcity mindset feel better about himself because he's raising somebody else's kid. Oh, a real dad steps up when or a real man steps up when the kid's dad didn't. Like, fuck off. I'm not raising somebody else's kid. I'm not starting a video game where another guy left off. I'm going to play my own damn video game. I'm going to raise my own damn genes, because that's a real man. Raising somebody else's kid, what the fuck? Right? Shit. Hell no. But then, like I said, you have this attitude where this programming, this beta programming, right? Well, men are supposed to be providers, so you're doing your job when you provide for a woman. Like, is that your only worth? Just resources, just money? That's you're just an ATM. You're a husbank. No, I don't think so. I think I'll step outside of that matrix. I think I'll step outside of that trap, that bullshit. I think I'll take the red pill. No, I don't think so. If she ain't down for me when I got nothing, then she ain't down for me ever. She ain't down for me when I'm broke and down and out and depressed. And she never says nothing about finances. And all she does is love me and care for me. Then maybe. But I don't want, I see through these phony ass women with their, well, I was with him for 15 years and he was a nobody, and I helped him get on his feet financially. Yeah, like, why are you taking note of all that? Like you wrote it in your journal or some shit. He's a bum. Like, I'm gonna turn him into a prince. I'm gonna be with him. It's gonna be so great when he gets me a palace. I'm gonna help him out. And like, what is fucking wrong with you? Like, women are way more materialistic than men. And not to say men aren't materialistic, but women are way worse. Way worse. Way worse. If you've been in the dating game, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I think I'll end it there. Appreciate you guys listening. It's been Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.